Hello, welcome to Encouragement of the Day with Blood Moon Oracle. My name is Letty. Let's take a look at the encouragement of the day. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. I am pressed for time, but let's see the energy that comes out today that Spirit wants us to be aware of. I hope you guys are well. Lots going on right now. Lots. We are in a very busy season, so I hope you guys are staying well, staying balanced. Um, let's see what's going on with you today. So, Sarah, give us the energy for our viewers today. Those that might stop by to tap in, let's see what's going on. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Let's see. Eight of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Star. It's very interesting. I feel like for some of you, you are very aimed and concentrated on what it is that you are trying to do right now. Though there could be like conflict in the air or conflict around you, conflict present, you are very focused. You may not even be attuned to the conflict, even though it's there, and very guided, right? So we have the Eight of Pentacles, talks about like hard work, being very focused and conscious. We have the Five of Swords that brings in that very conflictual energy. But then the Star comes in. There is a method to this madness that's happening right now. It could be very purposeful or leading somewhere, right? If for nothing else, it could be showing you what you don't want, right? Um, and so right now, the energy could be um, stifling, being that you're so focused on what it is that you're doing, aware but focused, and also open and being guided as well. Um, which makes so much sense because there's like so many things that are happening astrologically right now. It's cool. Let's see what's going on like within. What's happening within you? What's going on within my viewer right now? Let's see. All right, Ace of Wands. That's beautiful. Very intent on moving forward. You may even be starting something new, focusing on something new, something different than you have been focused on in the past. I also have the Nine of Pentacles, which gives very independent energy, and the Six of Cups. Very aware, maybe even feeling a little bit nostalgic, possibly, ruminating on something, someone from the past, or just very aware, right? But also at the same time in this very independent energy that is exploring new things, entertaining new ideas, right? You're ready to move forward. I do feel that energy. And it may be, you know, you versus you. That could be the conflictual energy that's in the environment. It could be challenges around where you need to head to, what needs to happen next, the challenges that you're breaking through towards the future. Today is actually, I believe, the last day of the Lionsgate portal, this very intense energy that we've been in, along with these new moons, along with the retrograde. It's just been very interesting, very chaotic energy um, in many ways. And so I'm not surprised that this is the energy coming out. The struggle may feel heavier than it actually is. That's what I'm getting. Yep. Yep. Let's see. It feels like you're navigating it or whatever's to come, because we're going to take a look at what's coming towards you right now. Whatever's to come, that you're going to handle it very nicely. Um, for some of you, this is not your first rodeo. Like, this might be things that you are finally able to wrap up and put to bed, right? It feels like something that you're able to acknowledge is difficult, but also able to navigate it with grace, right? So let's see. Yeah. So we have the Nine of Wands. I took this because it came out. That's given me that navigating, with grace, what's coming, any type of difficulties. This could be you entering into a space where there's healing needed, but there's change coming towards you, definitely. Something very different is happening. Again, that very solitary energy coming out from the Nine of Pentacles. It may go from being this very 3D type of experience where you'll go inwardly into the 5D, right? With this change, with this going in a direction that calls you to go into a bit of, independence, hermit mode. This is you against you, I feel like. And there's going to be definitely some changes happening. With those changes are going to be some level ups. Some level ups. Okay. Let's see what this reading is about. Okay. Let's see. What is this reading about, Spirit? All right. The fourth house comes out, and then Cancer comes out. And so we could be talking about emotional things that are very close to our heart and how we feel about them, also being able to use our intuition about what's happening, what's unfolding, where we're moving, this transition that's happening. There's something about using the intuition to feel your way. Things may not be very clear, right? It may not be set in stone, the path before you. You may, in fact, be setting the stones out as you're moving forward, right? But there's something about being protected by the intuition and being able to learn, right, from the past as well. The Nine of Wands, but very emotional energy coming out with the fourth house. This is all about security, our home front, our foundations, maybe even going back. So we have the Six of Cups, maybe even revisiting some energies emotionally that made up our childhood, that led to how we feel about things right now, right? How we are able to experience support, what makes us feel secure. The fourth house is all about security, and things from the past too, our home, our foundations, how we were raised, how it made us feel, and how it relates to right now. So there's a lot of the Six of Cups energy. There's a lot of possibly even allowing yourself to ruminate memories in the past, experiences in the past, may be very prevalent right now during this experience. Spirit may be taking you back to very pivotal moments that are relating to your life right now. That may have not made sense then, but there's something that might be clocking now or making sense now. The Spirit Whisperer and the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Ooh, this is a very interesting combination. Definitely receiving divine guidance, like with the Star, higher knowing. This is almost like, very intuitive energy, maybe even High Priestess energy. The Spirit Whisperer does remind me a lot of the High Priestess because it alludes to having a connection above and beyond the average person, right? Higher knowing. It is a three. It's almost like Empress, High Priestess energy. There's some connection here with Spirit that gives the advantage. It's tapping into energy and knowing things that you wouldn't obviously on the average know, right? Because of this connection. And then also this very spiritual experience. Someone is going within right now with a High Lord of Gratitude and Service. This is almost like Buddha energy, very selfless and humble energy and conscious energy, being aware of self, and releasing the ego too, I'm hearing as well. Being aware that it's not just about us, it's not just about any one person, but there's this collective experience that's happening and being aware of that. So whatever is happening right now, I feel like there's a bit of an experience that's allowing us to grow beyond ourselves and beyond our own experience. though it may be happening on a personal level, I feel this very heavy sense that there is a pulling away to be in this single space. But there's something that's more aware that's happening when you come out that places you in more of a group perspective instead of a solitary perspective. And so it's definitely healing energy. I love it. There's something about going back and kind of reassessing the history that's going to be very useful or give some clarity. All right, the last two cards for the message of the day for encouragement is email and family. Email and family. This comes out in the guidance as we end the message today. So, first of all, email is all about communication and being aware, being mindful of the communication that we're sending out. Once you send that, right, we all know the email world. Once you send out a message, there is, well, nowadays there may be a way to retract it, but the idea behind the email is like once you send out that message, there's no way to pull it back. It's out there. It's in the atmosphere. It has been sown, right? So be mindful before you hit that send button of what it is that you are communicating, what you are sowing into the universe, right? Because we all understand communication, words, it's energy as well, and it has a path and it always makes its way back. So there's a need to be mindful of what it is that we're sending out, even when it's concerning ourselves, because it comes back to hit us. It has to come home. There's a saying that the chickens always come home to roost. I think uh, Malcolm X used to say that the chickens always come home to roost. Um, don't be, don't be deceived or fooled. What we send out will always come home. Though he was speaking about that in a different perspective, from a different challenge, a societal challenge when it comes to, um, our relations with one another and how we treat one another. I guess that could be applicable in this case too. It's about being careful and mindful of the things that we send out, the messages that we send, because they will come home to land. Give me 1 second. Get that morning voice. And then we have family coming out here. Yeah, this is giving me that Six of Cups energy. Exploring your roots. For someone, this is very important today. This may be the energy that you're in. You're doing a bit of research or tapping into your lineage because there's something hidden there that's going to give you some clarity or some information that may be helpful in interpreting the movement that we are in right now that may be important in learning some sacred root system that is inherent to our lineage or to your lineage. May have some hidden truths that you need to be aware of. It may give you a bit of direction right now, maybe some information that's missing that you're looking for. Someone may be doing, some history diving, right? There's something that is hidden, waiting to be found, that's going to enlighten your journey. I feel like that's coming out today. Something to do with family and history. Um, Maybe there's just this yearning that you're feeling deep within of needing to know. There's something that you need to know that's going to help you complete a puzzle of some kind, right? That's coming out here. And so I feel like today is a very, as I said, very heavy energetically, because I feel like for the majority of us, this is a time where we have kind of turned inwardly to look for answers and to find ourselves from a deeper place. We're looking for something a little bit deeper, right? Um, and so there's this new experience that's happening all around us as we are journeying forward. Many of us are moving forward from places that we've been for a moment. We've learned the lesson, we got the t shirt for it, right? Yada, yada, yada. Now it's time to continue to move forward. Part of that is really tuning in and tapping into ourselves emotionally. This is non negotiable. And also acknowledging some part of our past, our history. And yes, it could go past us, right? This is even delving into our sacred root systems when it comes to our family. There's something about that because in that, we're going to discover what has created this bit of stability and what makes us feel secure. We're going to learn more about ourselves and our experience and how we can be better supported as well. Yeah, with the fourth house. And so it might be helpful if you want to add on to this to go and look at what's in your fourth house. I'm going to just do that really quickly because this always interests me how it all comes together. So when I look at my fourth house, just to give you an example of how astrology works, it all interconnects, right? And so when I look at my fourth house, that's even if I have, yeah, I have Aquarius in my fourth house. So when it comes to home and family and origins, when I look at Aquarius, um, I'm looking at the energy that talks about being very innovative. There's a bit of rebellion there too. Interesting. That's interesting for me. And activism. So my fourth house is very busy. It is not calm or collective. It's actually bursting out, right? It's wanting to expand with Aquarius, right? And so that's very interesting, even for me to understand that about, and it really does resonate with when I think of the how my life has unfolded. When I look back at my roots and how I was raised, it does have that bit of energy. So that makes a lot of sense for me. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for me. And then let me see. Yeah, that's the only house that I have in my, that's the only planet, the only sign that I have in my fourth house. Um, Give me one second. Let me look at something else. And so if you go to your chart and you look up your fourth house, what's in the fourth house, this is all about home. This is all about family and it's all about your origins. Kind of like it could be very reflective of life early on and how things kind of, developed into, where you are now. It may give you a little bit more understanding of that and the nature of how things unfolded. That makes sense for me. So it's Aquarius for me, which is very active, right? It's all about getting your point across and everyone just really trying to make their point and be present and be seen, right? Be heard. And so to understand a little bit more as I delve back and look back at my personal history, that makes sense for me, which leads to this very emotional, the need to understand the emotional outcome of that when we look at Cancer, right? Being very understanding, tapping into the emotions, being able to understand how that came about as a result from my history, how my attitudes may have developed around family and around my upbringing and my origins, right? Which is in fact going to be very beneficial, especially when I'm tapping in intuitively and as I'm looking at my feelings around things that may remind me, of the past. And so there's a lot of inner work that's being done here today. And so that makes a lot of sense for me. But for you, that may look different, right? So if you're into astrology, go just take a peek over into your fourth house, see what's there, and if it makes sense for you. And as things come up today that may remind you of something, or it may be trying to get you to understand or intuit something or put some pieces together, that may be causing it to be a little bit easier to understand, right? And doing it from a place of hearing from the divine, there is messaging coming in. And then also, we're sitting in this very selfless, humble place, this very conscious place, okay? As things are changing, as things are changing, we're moving towards the death card, which is Scorpio, the Hermit, Virgo, and the World, which is Uranus. This is like claiming our independence, taking it by force. But there's this deepening that's happening right now as we are going deeper within ourselves to understand ourselves more so that we can understand what's, outside of us too. So very deep energy today. Um, we may be experiencing things that we haven't allowed ourselves to experience before. It feels very new with the Ace of Wands. This is what's happening on the inside. Unless you tell people, they would never know that you're having this profound experience right now, very much connected to your past and your future as well, and your future as well, right now in the present. And so it's very beautiful. I like it. Very deep, very conflictual. It's forcing us to face some things within ourselves, and I love it. I love it. Okay, so enjoy the ride today. It's okay to ask for guidance. You have a direct line to spirit. And so enjoy this deepening that's happening, okay? Like your comment, let me take a look at the energies coming out. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is Virgo, the Five of Swords, which is Libra, the Aquarius coming out with the Star, the Ace of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the Nine of Pentacles, Virgo again, the Six of Cups, Scorpio, the Death, Scorpio, the Hermit, Virgo, and the World, Uranus, and the Nine of Wands with Sagittarius. So we have heavy Virgo energy coming out here. Heavy Virgo and a little bit of Scorpio as well. And so, yeah, those are the energies I'm seeing. Those could be energies that you have heavy in your chart. It could be energies that represent your sign. These could be energies around you. But however that plays out, that's the energy coming out today. And so thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this kind of gives you a little bit of, insight, clarity, if you're looking, if you're stopping by and listening. Hopefully that makes sense and helps you to kind of decipher the energy today. It is a heavy energy. It has been for a couple of weeks now, but we're going to get through this and we are going to come out on the other side better. Okay. All right. Thank you for stopping by. Blood Moon Oracle here with a message, the encouragement of the day. Take care. Enjoy yourself today and be safe out there. All right. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.